Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God TV Radio, and this is the news. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not Keemstar. I I have to concede to some things. I have to admit my failures and my flaws and some of my wrongdoings. I'm a humble man, so I don't mind admitting whenever I'm wrong or I've done something incorrect. An intelligent person, they know when they're wrong. They know when they've done something that just isn't right. And a good person attempts to rectify the situation. So, I was sitting there eating some mac and cheese with some tuna that my beautiful, sexy wife brought me. And I got to contemplating in my head and thinking, the amazing atheist, he's told me on countless occasions, he said, Brett, do you know why it is that you keep losing your channels? Do you know why it is that I'm popular and you're not? Do you know why it is that I've got almost 1 million subscribers and you're irrelevant and all these kind of things? And of course, my interest perked up as much as it can for someone who sticks bananas up their ass. I says to him, what? What exactly is the deal, TJ? Tell me all about it, you fucking Buddha God atheist, you. And he said to me, he said, you just don't understand the politics. He says, I've always been a better politician than you. And it was interesting that he used that term. I didn't quite understand what he meant at the time because, you see, when I think of fucking politicians, I think of fucking lying pieces of garbage who just want to fill their pockets. I think of people who just want to use the American people and people around them to manipulate and take advantage of. I don't think of politicians as even fucking human. I think of them as people who are usually already rich and have figured out the loopholes of the system in order to cause as much damage to society and people as possible. So when he told me that, I literally assumed he was just telling me, you have to learn how to be a person who just doesn't give a fuck and only takes care of your own. Well, the problem with that is that I've always, for the last 20 years, I've been a father and a husband. I've been a family man. And family men and husbands and fathers and all this who actually care about their family and people around them, they don't tend to have that political mentality that TJ speaks of. You have to think about other people. You have to think about what's going on in the mind and hearts of people out there. And when you got children, you have to think of things like, I want my kids to live in a better world. I want my kids to be able to walk down the street without them getting fucking shot or killed or decimated or destroyed due to the decisions that these shitty politicians do. He just said, you just gotta stop giving a fuck. If you were to go over to his Twitter right now and look at his explanation of how he describes himself as a person, he considers himself superior over humans, that all of us, including Brett Keane, are nothing but insignificant fucking bugs. And pretty much the only thing he sees whenever he looks at little drunken pissant fans is wallets with legs selling a t-shirt. That's the difference between me and the politician. He's trying to sell a t-shirt to you, and I'm trying to sell you on the idea that there's hope. I'm trying to sell you on the idea that you shouldn't give up, that you do mean something, that what you have in your heart and in your mind, it is important and it is valid. and that I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't want anybody to hurt. I don't want people to die. And I especially don't want my family to live in a world that's absolute fucking shit. That's the difference between me and TJ. If the world comes crumbling down around him and 90% of you were to die, the only fucking regret and sadness he would have is that would mean that he can't sell t-shirts to you anymore because you no longer exist. To me, I would feel like something valuable and important was lost, and it wouldn't be t-shirts, it would be you. So yeah, I guess TJ's way better than me when it comes to that. We have two different goals. My goal is to be there for people. My goal is to give people hope. My goal is to give people a reason to not kill themselves, not hate themselves, and try to make the world a better place. I'm no politician. I'm no saint either. I've got my problems. I've got my wrongs. And I'm sure many of you will turn my wrongs into mountains and exaggerate them as far as they can possibly go because you think that somewhere at the end of the rainbow for you, by treating people the way you do and worshiping such a person, is somehow going to reward you in some way, maybe on a psychological level. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe in the Twilight Zone, people who act like pieces of garbage and trash, maybe in the Twilight Zone, evil does win. Maybe in the Twilight Zone, the people that only succeed in this life are the politicians who are willing to step on the heads of others. Maybe it's only the corporations at the end of the day that are going to survive because their willingness to not have remorse and regret, to completely rip other people apart in order to get the success that they so desire. There's a biblical statement that I try to hold to. What is the point of having the entire world, owning the entire world, if after it's all said and done you lose your soul? Yeah, it was said by some Jewish guy that used to walk around and talk about doing unto others and all that stuff as well. Yeah. He had some weird ideas, that's for sure. Alright, well, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to point out my failures as a person and just why it is I just am not capable of being a great politician like our friend the Banana Man. You know, there is one other thing, though, before I let you go. You know, maybe if I was raised up with a family who were skilled fucking con artists and scammers, I would probably have better skills and training to do that type of bullshit. But I wasn't. I pretty much had to grow up on my own and take care of myself. I didn't have anybody, nor did I have a manual whenever I was born on how to exist and survive and deal with people. If only I'd had a family members that were around to actually teach me how to scam and fuck people over on a daily basis. Just like you. Peace out.